Can technology truly cultivate a global sense of empathy, or are we inadvertently designing deeper societal rifts? We're examining how innovations, from AI companions to VR simulations, are reshaping our capacity for understanding, analyzing whether these tools foster connection or exacerbate isolation, and exploring the ethical frontiers of digital compassion. The question of whether AI will erode our empathy is one of the most significant debates of the mid-2020s. As we integrate large language models and emotive digital assistants into our daily lives, we are essentially running a massive social experiment on the human emotional muscle. There isn't a consensus yet, but the arguments generally fall into two camps: the risk of atrophy and the potential for expansion. The primary concern is that empathy is a skill developed through friction and vulnerability. When we interact with AI, that friction disappears. AI is designed to be agreeable, infinitely patient, and always available. Real humans are messy, grumpy, and demanding. If we spend more time talking to perfectly empathetic AI, we might lose the patience required to navigate the complexities of real human relationships. A huge portion of empathy relies on reading microexpressions, body language, and tone. If our primary mode of connection shifts toward text-based AI or stylized avatars, the biological hardware we use to feel what others feel might start to dull. If we use AI to write our difficult emails, condolences, or apologies, we bypass the internal emotional processing that actually builds empathy. We aren't feeling the regret or the compassion. We're just hitting send on a generated sentiment. The potential for empathetic expansion. Conversely, some argue that AI can serve as a bicycle for the mind, helping us understand perspectives we otherwise couldn't access. Training and simulation. AI is already being used to train healthcare workers and managers by simulating difficult conversations. These low-stakes environments allow people to practice active listening and perspective-taking without the fear of causing real-world harm. Bridging cultural gaps. Real-time translation and cultural context AI can help demystify the other. By making the experiences of people from different backgrounds more legible, AI can actually reduce the othering that often blocks empathy. A mirror for self-reflection. Sometimes, seeing an AI summarize our own patterns of behavior or biases can be a wake-up call. It can act as a neutral observer that helps us realize when we are being dismissive or unkind. The verdict: it's a choice, not a fate. AI doesn't have a capacity for empathy. It has a capacity for simulation. The real danger isn't that AI will take our empathy away, but that we might find the simulation good enough and stop doing the hard work of connecting with each other. Ultimately, empathy is a biological and social choice. AI can provide the tools to understand someone better, but it can't provide the will to care. The research landscape in early 2026 has provided a clearer, albeit more complex, picture of how long-term interaction with AI affects the human psyche. We are moving past the novelty phase into a period where the long-term data on relational AI is finally coming to light. Recent studies from 2025 and 2026 suggest that AI companionship acts as a double-edged sword, depending heavily on the user's intent and the frequency of use. One of the most significant findings of 2025 is what researchers call the while AI companions are marketed to alleviate isolation, the data shows a split outcome. In randomized controlled trials, users report an immediate reduction in loneliness and an improved mood after 1 to 4 weeks of interaction. However, Longitudinal data from late 2025 indicates that heavy daily usage, exceeding 60 minutes, actually correlates with higher levels of loneliness and a significant decrease in real-world socialization. A 2026 report in Monitor on Psychology highlighted that nearly 1 in 5 regular users now spend as much or more time with their AI friend as they do with real humans. Psychologists are increasingly concerned with the erosion of social adaptability. Because AI is programmed to be sycophantic, always agreeable, non-judgmental, and available, it removes the friction required to maintain human bonds. Negotiation atrophy. Human friendships require sacrifice, compromise, and the management of disappointment. Relational AI requires none of these. Reduced interpersonal effort. Studies have observed that long-term users often become less patient with real-world social cues, as they grow accustomed to the perfectly tuned empathy of a machine that never gets tired or angry. As of 2026, clinical psychology has identified new conditions specifically linked to AI companionship. Technological folia dux. Described in a 2025 psychiatric paper, this refers to cases where users develop shared delusions with their AI, often amplifying pre-existing mental health vulnerabilities. Digital grief and abandonment. When companies update their models or shut down servers, users experience real-world grief. A 2025 survey found that the emotional distress of losing an AI companion, due to a personality reset or model update, is neurochemically similar to the loss of a human friend. It isn't all negative. A significant 2026 study found that AI can be a powerful tool for self-concept clarity. If the AI acts as a mirror that helps the user understand their own thoughts and values better, the user actually becomes more likely to engage in real-world social activities. This suggests that when AI is used as a tool for self-reflection rather than a substitute for connection, it can bolster human resilience and social confidence, particularly for neurodiverse individuals or those recovering from social trauma. AI can supplement emotional needs but cannot provide the biological and psychological nourishment found in the unpredictable, messy reality of human connection. Please like, share, and subscribe.